Hello and welcome back to the English Conversation Hub. I'm Ava.
And I'm Oliver. And Ava, today we're tackling something I believe a lot of our listeners struggle with.
Ooh, nice save there. And yeah, you're right. It's not about complex grammar or having a huge vocabulary. It's about confidence, or the lack of it.
Exactly. We've compiled a list of 7 common English mistakes that are making you sound unconfident even when you know your stuff.
And the good news is, these are all really easy to fix. So let's jump right in. Oliver, what's our number one mistake?
Okay, so number 1, and I was just joking about this, is overusing the phrase I think.
Yes, oh my gosh, yes. It's like a verbal tick for so many learners.
It really is. And look, it's not grammatically wrong, but when you start every single sentence with, I think our sales are down, or I think this is a good idea, it just takes the power out of your statement.
It really does. It sounds like you're asking for permission or that you're unsure. Instead of, I think this is the right approach, just say it. This is the right approach.
Right. Or if you really want to frame it as your opinion, you can use stronger alternatives like, I believe, in my view, or from my perspective.
I believe is so much stronger. It shows conviction. It's a small change, but it makes a world of difference.
Totally. Okay, so what's mistake number 2? This one I hear constantly.
It's apologizing too much, specifically saying things like, sorry for my bad English.
Ugh, yeah, it's meant to be polite, I get it. But what it actually does is immediately signal to the other person that you're not confident. You're basically telling them to listen for your mistakes.
Exactly. You're pointing a big red arrow at your own perceived flaws, and 99% of the time, the other person wasn't even thinking about your English level. They're just listening to your ideas.
hmm So what's a better way if you feel like you're struggling to find a word or something?
Just don't say anything about it. Pause and think. Or if you really feel you need to acknowledge it, flip it. Instead of apologizing, show gratitude. Say something like, thanks for your patience.
Oh, that's good. Thanks for your patience. That's confident. It's collaborative. You're not a victim of your English. You're just working through a thought. I love that.
Right? Okay, this leads perfectly into mistake number 3, using weak hedging language. Words like maybe, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, like saying, maybe we should try a new strategy, or this is kind of important.
Yes. It completely undermines your point. Is it important or is it kind of important? Should we try a new strategy or is it just a random thought?
It's the language of uncertainty. And sometimes, we use it to be polite, which is fine in certain contexts. But often, it's just a habit that makes us sound hesitant.
For sure. A great way to practice getting out of this habit is to just record yourself talking about a topic for 1 minute. Then listen back and count how many times you said maybe, just, sort of. You'll be shocked.
That is a great tip. Awareness is the first step. Okay, let's move on to number 4. This one is less about the words you choose and more about how you say them. I'm talking about uptalk.
Uptalk? You mean when your voice goes up at the end of a sentence so it sounds like a question?
Exactly that. Instead of my name is Oliver, it's my name is Oliver. Even though it's a statement, the rising intonation makes it sound like you're seeking validation, like you're not sure if that's really your name.
I hear this a lot in presentations. Someone will say, our sales increased by 5%. And everyone in the room just feels this wave of uncertainty.
Right. The fix is simple in theory, harder in practice. You have to consciously practice bringing your intonation down at the end of a declarative sentence. A statement should have a period, not a question mark, in its sound.
Yeah, that finality in your tone is what signals confidence. Okay, what about number 5?
Number 5 is over-explaining or rambling.
Oh, this is a classic sign of nervousness. Someone asks a simple question and you give them a 10-minute answer because you're afraid of silence, and you just keep talking to fill the space.
Totally. Confident people are concise. They say what they need to say and then they stop. They're comfortable with the pause that follows because it gives the other person a chance to process and respond.
Yes, the pause is your friend. If someone asks, "What are your thoughts on the new proposal?" it's perfectly fine to take a second and then deliver a clear 2 or 3 sentence answer. You don't need to give them the entire history of your thought process.
Brevity is confidence. I like that. Okay, mistake number 6. This one is another verbal habit. Using too many filler words, your classic ums and ahs.
Right. Now, let's be clear. Everyone uses fillers. It's a natural part of speech. The problem is when they become so frequent that they're distracting.
It's like, when you can't complete a sentence. It can be really tough to listen to, and it signals that the speaker is struggling to find their words or their confidence.
That was a painful demonstration, Oliver, but effective. The trick here is similar to the rambling issue. Embrace the pause. When you feel an coming, just stop. Take a breath. It feels much longer to you than it does to the listener.
Right. Silence sounds way more thoughtful than. You can also try replacing those empty fillers with more structured ones like, well, or let's see, or that's an interesting question. It buys you time to think without sounding hesitant.
I like that, a strategic filler. Okay, we're on to our final point, number 7. What is it?
So, number 7 isn't strictly about words, but it's crucial. It's having a weak vocal presence.
You mean like mumbling or speaking too quietly?
Exactly. Or speaking way too fast because you're nervous and want to get it over with. If people have to strain to hear you, or if they can't keep up with your pace, you're projecting a lack of confidence. You're essentially saying, what I have to say isn't important enough for you to hear clearly.
That's such a good point. This is especially important in online meetings where you don't have body language to rely on. Your voice is your presence.
Mm-hmm. So the fix is to practice speaking from your diaphragm, taking deep breaths and consciously slowing down your speech. Enunciate your words. Make sure your message lands. Don't throw it away.
Absolutely. Wow, that was a fantastic list. Let's do a super quick recap. That's a really crucial one. We actually have a bonus 8th point today, and it's a bit counterintuitive.
Let's do it. So, number 1, stop overusing I think.
2, no more apologizing for your English.
3, cut out the weak hedging words like maybe and sort of.
4, watch out for uptalk. Make your statements sound like statements.
5, avoid rambling. Brevity is confidence.
6, replace fillers like and ah with strategic pauses.
And 7, speak with a strong, clear vocal presence. Don't mumble.
Perfect. And remember, everyone, confidence is a skill you can build. Pick one of these points to work on this week and see how it feels.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for tuning in to the English Conversation Hub.
Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. Until then, happy learning!